International tensions are high right now, and that could put our online security here in the Valley at risk. That's where we start. I'm Connor Board. Mike has the night off. Since the killing of Iran's top military leader in a U.S. strike, our country has received a number of threats of retaliation. Some of those are threats of cyber attacks. Our Sydney Stallworth joins us to explain how this could impact you. Sydney?
Connor, Iran isn't the only threat that we face. Business leaders from across the valley met here in Huntsville to talk about how they can protect themselves and their customers from potential foreign cyber attacks.
It's been widely reported over the last 4 or 5 years that Iran's been very active, not only here in the United States, but our partners in Israel and Turkey and Great Britain.
Over 100 business executives met at the Huntsville Chamber of Commerce to discuss cyber threats posed by Iran and China.
Who they give access to that information is critically important, not only to their business, but to our national infrastructure as well.
After the assassination of military commander Qasem Soleimani in a U.S. drone strike, Iran fired missiles at an airbase holding U.S. troops. No lives were lost, and President Trump said he won't counterattack. But government officials say we could still be at risk of cyber attacks that could disrupt anything from corporate systems to healthcare and military systems. And Iran isn't the only threat. Attacks by China were heavily discussed during the meeting.
80% of all economic espionage in this country has a nexus to China. 60% of every case that we have that involves theft of trade secrets has a nexus to China.
Experts at FireEye, an international cybersecurity company, report you could see these attacks in the form of fraudulent social media accounts used to harvest information. John Hultquist, director of intelligence analysis at FireEye, says, quote, "The purpose is to signal to Americans that they can reach out and touch us." We stopped by H2L Solutions, a cybersecurity company here in Huntsville, to find out how you can protect yourself at home.
The first thing is make sure all of your software is up to date. I would say that the easiest way for someone to gain access to your systems is to leave unpatched software. So basically always make sure you're running the most up-to-date software, use strong passwords, and if you can, use multi-factor authentication.
Today, representation from the FBI and other government agencies were present at the meeting. They say this threat might seem far away, but it's an issue that should hit home for all of us. Putting the Valley first, Sydney Stallworth, WZDX News.